edition of the Ohio County Public Library's Craft Demo and Book Talk. Today, we're talking about spooky stories. I'm so glad that you've been joining us this summer. My name is Miss Jennifer, and as I said, welcome to the Ohio County Public Library's Craft Demo and Book Talk. You know, we've done a lot of different things this summer. We have played with snow, we've done airplanes, made bubbles. This week we're going to be doing something a little bit different. The craft that you all are going to do is going to be edible. We're going to be making edible monsters, so I hope that you'll come by and pick those up. But before we get started with that, you know, during the summer, a lot of times I think we don't think about reading scary stories except in October. Why? I don't know. But who doesn't love a good ghost story? Maybe you've been doing some camping and gathered around the campfire. People have been telling some scary stories or ghost stories. But you know, we have a ton of great series that are all based around like ghost stories or scary stories, and it might be something that you would like to come and check out. One of my favorites is this little series right here. It's called Cold Whispers, and as you can see, it's not a long read. Each book is very short and has a lot of picture support for the reading, but they're just fun little creepy ghost stories, okay? For all of the series that I'm going to mention today, they range in reading levels from second grade. Probably the easiest one that we have is this one right here, this School Bus of Horrors, which is second grade reading. Again, short reads, and whoops, there goes my, and a lot of picture support inside, okay? So just some fun things to get your creep on if you're one of those people that just loves to get a little bit creeped out by a story. Some of these might be good. So School Bus of Horrors is, like I said, probably one of the youngest reading levels. It's like a second grade reading level. So beginning readers could read that. One of my favorites are these Michael dolls. He has a variety of different series. He does the School Bus of Horrors, but he also has this one, Really Scary Stories. These range in reading level from third grade to fourth grade. Another fun author is Jason Strange. There aren't as many of the Jason Strange. I know we do have some kids that are reading Jason Strange. We don't have, he doesn't have a large series collection, but they are fun to just kind of grab and go. And one of the newer ones that we've just received, gotten in this year, is this one called Screams in Space. So it kind of combines a little bit of horror and some monsters in with some science fiction. So kind of taking place in outer space. So a fun series. So if you're somebody who just has loved maybe Goosebumps, but you've kind of gotten past that, or you've read all of those, think of some other authors that you could check out. We have a wide variety. Not only do we have these are fiction, but we also have a lot of nonfiction books about haunted houses and scary cemeteries and ghosts and all those kinds of things as well. So you might want to read and check out something that's more nonfiction based. All right, so let's get to our craft today. So if you come by the library, remember craft pickups are Thursdays and Fridays from 1 to 3. You can go through the carport and do the curbside pickup, or come inside and get one at the desk. We do have some, I know I've been really trying to push some of the shark necklaces. I still have some crafts that are left over from previous weeks. So if you missed last week or one of the previous weeks, maybe ask about that as well whenever you come by this week. But this is what you're going to receive, okay? It's going to come in a baggie like this. And inside the bag, you are going to have, let me go ahead and open this one up. You're going to have some wax paper, okay? You're going to have a Rice Krispie treat wrapped. You're going to have 2 popsicle sticks, some melting chocolate, And then a variety of different types of candies that you can use to decorate your monster, okay? So I'm gonna kind of set that aside, and I've already got one opened up here. All right, so just a lot of fun. I'm gonna go ahead and put a glove on for doing mine. Now, you're going to want to melt your chocolate. Now, I didn't include directions on melting the chocolate in your bag, so I do apologize for that, but I'm gonna give you the directions right now. So one of the things that you're gonna need to have is you're going to need access to a microwave or to a stove. You're going to need if you're using a microwave safe bowl in which to melt your chocolate. When you melt the chocolate, you do want to use like half power. So you can use like a defrost setting on your microwave and do it just for like 30 seconds or a minute at a time. Stir the chocolate, do it again for another minute to 30 seconds at a time, and stir the chocolate. You'll want to continue to do that process until your chocolate has melted, okay? After you finish the project, the chocolate's going to harden. So I wanted to make sure mine didn't harden while we were having our demo. So that's why I put just some warm water, a container with warm water under mine to make sure it stayed soft, okay? So once you've got your chocolate melted, if you choose to melt it on the stove, I will say this, you will want to probably use some kind of a double boiler as a way of melting your chocolate if you're doing it on the stove. All right, so let's get creating. So I've got my chocolate melted, got my Rice Krispie treat unwrapped, and I'm going to make it a little bit, I'm going to put mine on like one of the craft sticks so that it'll be fun to eat, kind of like almost like a lollipop or sucker, all right? That'll give me some way to hold on to it without getting my fingers all in it. I put the wax paper down on a surface, and then you can either dip your chocolate or dip your Rice Krispie treat into the chocolate, or you can kind of spread it or smear it, okay? I've decided I'm gonna do it that way this time. The last time I made one, I did dip it, but it was kind of messy. So I'm just gonna kind of do a smear, all right? So you can do tops, bottoms, sides, backs, fronts, whatever you want for your monster, okay? So there's my green monster so far. Now, in your collection of candies, you've got some eyeballs. And what I would do is, that's why I've included a second popsicle stick. You're going to want to use the chocolate almost like glue, okay? So I would put some additional chocolate down and put an eyeball in it. All right, do some more. So keep kind of, and if it kind of hardens up, you can kind of reheat your chocolate. So I'm gonna make my monster, he's gonna have 3 eyes. And then there's all different kinds of other things that you can use. You can use some M&Ms, you can give him spots. You can take some jelly beans and give him horns. You've got some, I've included some Rolos, which I thought would be really cool on the sides of his head. I thought that would be kind of neat. So I'm gonna kind of see if I can open that up real quick. Should have had that open before. Do you have a favorite kind of chocolate that you like to work with? I love Rolos. Rolos are pretty delicious. All right, so I'm just gonna kind of dip that in and then stick it on the side of his head. Kind of give him some ears. We do that on both sides. So just kind of keep creating. You're also gonna have a little bag that's got some sprinkles so that you can make your monster look hairy. If you've got some extra piping icing at your house, maybe left over from some birthday parties, you could create a mouth or something like that. Just kind of have fun with it. And if you have extra chocolate, maybe look around your house. You might have some cookies or some pretzels or something else that you could make into a monster as well. So kind of get creative and have fun and enjoy getting creepy this summer with monsters. Come in and check us out. Remember, you can check out and come by and pick up a craft on Thursdays and Fridays, and come by and see me and pick up one of these fun, scary stories. I look forward to seeing you next week. Now, next week before we go. Next week before we go. Hi, I want to invite you to join us next Thursday. If you've been joining us throughout the summer for our craft demos and book talks, you might be interested in joining us also next Thursday, August the 20th at 5:30 online for a presentation from a local beekeeper. And so it's going to be really exciting as he shares with us a little bit about the predicament of the bees, how we've been losing a lot of bees, and how bees really impact not only our environment and our community, but really have a great impact upon the world. And so if you would be interested in joining us for this online presentation, all you'll need to do is go to the Ohio County Public Library's webpage, click on the preschool and school age programs box, and then scroll down, and there's going to be a link down there so that you can join us for a live Zoom meeting as we learn a lot about the wonderful animal, the bee. So we'll see you next week.